Okay, it's 11 o'clock, and I want to start on this topic. So it's a strange topic. Okay, today I want to talk about a skill that I believe will take a lot to master. Okay, it is letting go. It's letting go. Okay, I have difficulty letting go. I'm a hoarder. Let me share with you a story. I had really long hair when I was studying in New Zealand, and when I had to cut it because I was doing some army training in summer, um, I kept that hair. It was a lot of it, and I kept it for nearly 20 years. I brought it back to Singapore, and you know, and I kept it in a paper bag for years and years and years. Okay, so I'm a hoarder. I'm a creature of habit. I like routines. So for me to let go, to shift is not easy. Now, the concept of letting go is fundamentally contrarian in a world deeply rooted in the mindset of accumulation. I told you about hoarding. Okay, Susan will identify with me. Most societies equate success, security, and happiness with gathering more, whether it's possessions, achievements, money, experiences, or even ideas. Accumulation becomes a marker of progress, with people often driven to pursue more. Okay, they're driven to pursue more as a way to assert their identity, to create security, or to gain social validation, as we see in social media. Now, there's nothing wrong with having more if it means that I become more, I be more, I do more, so that I can ultimately contribute more. So I want to discuss how letting go is actually a way to lead, to create more. It is like emptying my cup so that I can fill it more. Let me share my screen. Okay, so this is the cover slide. A number of recent experiences caused me to reflect on this topic of letting go, which is why I decided to talk about it today. Okay. Isaac started his daycare at my first school on the 1st of November. Now, that was when he turned 18 months old. And I remember feeling an emptiness that day. We would no longer see that cheerful smile and greeting as he arrived at our home in the morning, where we would look after him until evening. We had to let go of our grandchild to other professional caregivers. Now, this week, or the last week, I happened to come across a series of interviews with this gentleman called Jim Burns on doing life with your adult children. It's part of the focus on the family and visionary family ministries. And one of the issues he discussed was how to let go of control over our children when they became adults. And the most obvious area is when they literally move out, when they get married, as in the case of my eldest son, Chris, who finally got married on the 15th of October at age 37. Now, I say finally, as if I'm eager for the day that I let go of my firstborn to another family who will now have his primary priority. So letting go is not easy. In our business, uplines often have more experiences and better judgment than the new distributors who join them. So uplines aim to lead by example. They organize activities for growth and support. They recommend talks and trainings. But ultimately, they need to let go of the final choices, which may be rejections of these ideas, these suggestions. Okay, they have to let go of the final choices that these downlines make. These downlines who are they're trying to earnestly help. In exercise, okay, I hold tightly to my schedule and habits for fear of slipping into laziness and what I call the dreaded grip of the comfort zone. And so here are some pictures, my stair climbing, my SUP, my trekking, And surprisingly, lazy people fear letting go of what I call liturgies. But a liturgy is defined as a structured routine or ritual often associated with a disciplined practice. So when I'm injured or fatigued, it's difficult to let go and rest or relax with a lighter routine. Okay? We talked a lot about 10x. Okay, this book in 10x is easier than 2x. A key strategy that Benjamin Hardy teaches is to let go of 80% of our activities that will not support us getting the 10x exponential results. Okay, and this approach involves identifying and concentrating on the high impact tasks while eliminating or delegating less productive ones. It's not easy to let go of the tasks that we are good at, that we enjoy doing, and that we can do with ease. Now, I want to share with you a reel that I saw on making what is familiar unfamiliar and making what is unfamiliar familiar. Okay.
What I believe is you need to know 4 things about your mind. And if you put these 4 things into practice, you will have success across the board at every level. So let me tell you what these 4 things are about your mind. Your mind does exactly, specifically what it thinks you want it to do. It always does what it thinks is in your very best interest. If you haven't got what you want, but you've got behaviors you don't want, you are not collaborating properly with your mind. Secondly, your mind is hardwired to move you towards pleasure and away from pain. And that's wired into us from being tribes people. You survive on the planet by avoiding pain. Thirdly, the way you feel about everything all the time is only down to 2 things: the pictures you make in your head and the words you say to yourself. And fourthly, your mind loves what is familiar. It is programmed to keep going over and over again for what is familiar. If you want to succeed at any level, you have got to make what is familiar unfamiliar and what is unfamiliar familiar.
Okay, so if you want to succeed in life, you have to make what is familiar unfamiliar and what is unfamiliar familiar. Now, let me share with you 5 reasons why letting go is a vital leadership quality. Number 1, it empowers others. When leaders let go of control and delegate responsibilities, it empowers team members to take ownership of their work. And this trust builds confidence, and it encourages the team members to develop their skills and their creativity. Secondly, letting go fosters innovation. Letting go encourages an environment where new ideas can flourish. Leaders who are open to different perspectives and approaches inspire a culture of innovation, allowing the team to find fresh solutions and improve processes. This was, the Motivational Monday we did on the 6 hats, the different thinking hats. Okay. Number 3, builds resilience. Okay, by not micromanaging, leaders give their team the space to make mistakes and learn from these mistakes. This builds resilience within the team as they grow more capable of handling challenges independently. Fourth, it improves focus on vision and strategic goals. Letting go of day-to-day tasks allows leaders to focus on what I call high-level strategy, vision, growth. It ensures that the leaders are dedicating their energy to guiding the organization in the right direction rather than being bogged down by operational details. Okay, like some people ask me to, download YouTube, things like this, all this secretarial work. Okay. Number 5, letting go encourages adaptability. A leader who practices letting go is more adaptable as they are open to change and trust others to help steer the course when necessary. And this adaptability is crucial for navigating today's fast-changing environments. Letting go is what I call the ready, fire, aim approach. Okay, so to fire is to let go, and then aim or adapt by making corrections or improvements. Okay. So, letting go is encouraging adaptability. Now, since I started with this talk talking about the example of Isaac going to play care, let me use the analogy of raising young children to illustrate letting go in leadership. Okay, I'm going to use the analogy of how we raise young children to illustrate the letting go in leadership. And this will apply to those of us, especially who are new grandparents. Okay. So number one, it fosters independence. Okay, just as parents encourage their children to try new things on their own, like tying their shoes or making simple decisions, leaders empower their teams by letting go of constant oversight. This builds self-confidence and resilience as team members learn to trust their own abilities. Encouraging problem solving. Just as parents may let children struggle with a puzzle or a challenging task, leaders allow their teams to face difficulties and figure out solutions without intermediate intervention. This hands-off approach nurtures critical thinking and resourcefulness, vital for long-term growth. Number three, learning through mistakes. Like children learning from falls and failures, team members need room to make and learn from mistakes. By letting go and trusting the learning process, leaders create a safe space for their teams to grow and then develop their skills without fear of harsh consequences. Fourth, providing a safety net, not control. Okay. Parents may let children explore, but stay nearby to ensure safety. Similarly, leaders can offer guidance and support without micromanaging. This balance reassures the team that support is available while respecting their autonomy. Fifth, allowing for gradual growth. Just as parents know that children need space to grow up and to become independent individuals, leaders understand that teams need room to evolve. Letting go acknowledges that growth takes time, and leaders can shift their focus to more strategic goals while supporting their team's journey towards maturity and self-sufficiency. And we talk a lot about the slight age philosophy. Okay, so growth cannot be overnight. It will take time. Okay, and we need to allow that. So letting go helps people develop as leaders simply by being more independent. They grow stronger and then they discover more. And it frees you as a leader to do more strategic thinking and work with new people. Okay, we need to be finding new people all the time, building new people. Okay, there's less management and more leadership. Okay, so in leadership, we distinguish between the manager and the leader. When you let go, you actually are doing less management and you do more leadership. So I hope what I've shared today has been useful for the grandparents among us, and then of course for the MLM, the network marketing mentors who are growing their networks.